Right now, after a porch collapse injured multiple people last year on Mifflin Street, what city inspectors found while examining properties ahead of this year's block party.
Also, Governor Evers looking to make the school year a little less expensive for families. The proposal he's put in his budget that would do just that.
And later, a black bear spotted in Mount Horeb. What the DNR says you can do to prevent one from visiting your backyard. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. After a porch collapse during last year's Mifflin Street block party, the city's building inspectors have already found 27 cases of property violations ahead of tomorrow's event. As our Nicole Herzog explains, it's all part of the city's plan to take proactive measures in keeping people safe.
Yeah, the city's building inspection director said today that many of the houses in the Mifflin Street area are nearing 100 years old. And while porches and other structures may have been replaced over time, erring on the side of caution is always the best approach. And to prevent any incidents this year, the city is asking property managers to remind their tenants not to overcrowd those spaces tomorrow. Inspectors checked houses in the area for any violations back in March and said most of those problems have now been resolved. But added they can't inspect everything on the property, only what they can see from the sidewalks.
Many of these aren't designed or intended to occupy with large numbers of people and large loads of stuff. So we really encourage people to use caution. We want the landlords and the property owners to work with their tenants to be responsible about the use of these spaces, because these tend to be our most unsafe situations that we get involved with.
Overcrowding is one of the main things the City of Madison Police Department will be keeping an eye out for during the event. And the city's building inspection staff will be in the area tomorrow for any immediate incidents, and they'll also do a final review next weekend to look for any further damage.
Governor Evers touring the train derailment in DeSoto today. 2 of the train's 3 locomotives and 10 cars were involved in the incident. It blocked the main railway track in both directions and sent 2 rail cars into the Mississippi River. Those cars have been removed from the river. The main track remains blocked, though, and the cause of the derailment is under investigation.
Continuing coverage now of the murder of a woman on Madison's southwest side Monday. Some of you may have been wondering why an Amber Alert wasn't issued while police were searching for the victim's daughter. Those questions only grew louder after Jose Duenas-Quinones was named a person of interest and then later charged in connection with his wife's murder. Today, police say the process takes multiple hours, during which the Department of Justice sent out a statewide Wisconsin crime alert bulletin for the missing child. However, that bulletin was canceled when the FBI learned the suspect fled the country with his daughter. Police say they are continuing to work with the FBI on that investigation. In Lake Mills, police say they arrested a 33-year-old man after he allegedly shot a hole through the front door of a home. Officers were called to the 900 block of Plainview Terrace yesterday for a reported disturbance. The caller told police there was an altercation before the shooting. No injuries were reported, but police say they found a firearm at the scene.
Let's check the first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Charlotte, it's a beautiful afternoon, or was a beautiful afternoon, and the evening's starting out pretty nice, but clouds are on their way in, and so are the chances for rain. Visible cloud track shows the sunshine that we have over Wisconsin giving way to clouds that are already moving into the northwestern part of the state and will be moving into the southern Wisconsin before too long. Rain runs from about Eau Claire down to around Rochester, Minnesota, to Waterloo, Iowa, even a couple of thunderstorms in there. The first batch of showers will weaken as they push into southern Wisconsin, but the second batch will probably reach us sometime after midnight. You can see high-resolution radar, those showers west of La Crosse, but 6-hour future track radar bringing them almost to Richland Center by about midnight. High temperatures today, pretty mild. Madison hit 68, Janesville 70. Many locations to the west of Dane County were in the 70s, and right now temperatures are still around 70 or a little bit above over southwestern Wisconsin. Madison at 66. Notice a lot cooler near Lake Michigan. Milwaukee right now only at 55, but in Dane County 65. Current temperature in Stoughton 68 degrees in Cross Plains and 69 in Sauk City. Look for skies to gradually become mostly cloudy this evening. Temperatures will drop to the lower 50s. Be a chance for a shower well west of Madison late this evening, but better chance for rain to arrive this weekend. I'll tell you how much we can expect, whether we're going to expect any snow with it in just a few minutes.
Sparks were flying last night as members of the Dane County Board grilled Sheila Stubbs over her confirmation to lead the county's largest agency. They questioned her over her state assembly seat. It was unclear whether she would give that up to take the county position, but they also asked about some of the comments her supporters leveled against members of the board.
But I'm asking in regards to your supporters, calling racial slurs to myself and other members of the Black Caucus. Like, what's your response to that?
I don't know anything about any supporters. Like I've said before,
It just
I'm
happened tonight.
responsible for myself. Then I think you should talk to those individuals.
After the meeting, County Executive Joe Parisi stood by his nominee, writing in a statement that the county board, quote, chose to weaponize the careful balance Representative Stubbs tried to walk to protect interests broader than those of county government. Stubbs will have another committee hearing on Monday.
Meanwhile, a bipartisan group of senators unveiling legislation that would establish 13 as the national minimum age for social media use. The bill would also create strict standards for verifying a user's age. The proposed bill also requires parental consent for users ages 13 to 17 and bans tech platforms from using teens' personal information to target them with content or advertising. Lawmakers say the legislation is in line with guidance from the U.S. Surgeon General, but tech accountability advocates say the bill is focused on the wrong issue.
This bill doesn't actually put any responsibility onto the tech companies. Instead, it's putting more responsibility onto parents and young people to kind of self-police.
Nicole Gill with the nonprofit Accountable Tech argues laws should incentivize tech companies to redesign their platforms to protect mental health and privacy.
A new report says 34% of Wisconsin households had trouble affording basic necessities like housing, food, and childcare. This statistic was revealed in the state's fourth ALICE report released by United Way of Wisconsin. ALICE stands for Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed. It describes households that are making more than the federal poverty level, but less than the state's basic cost of living. Though the report is being released today, the data reflected within were collected in the heart of the COVID crisis in 2021.
We know addressing the needs of ALICE families is a priority for racial equity, gender equity, as well as a priority for all people who want to live in healthy and thriving communities.
In Wisconsin, between 2019 and 2021, the average annual cost of living increased 16% for a single adult, 13% for a single senior, and 11% for a family of 4. The end of the school year is just around the corner, and while kids are getting ready to enjoy their summer, Governor Evers is hoping to make the next school year a little easier on families.
Now, part of his budget proposal will bring back pandemic-era free school meals for all kids permanently. As Braden Ross tells us, it's something local food pantry officials say is much needed. Braden?
That's right. During the pandemic, every kid in Wisconsin got breakfast and lunch at school for free. But those benefits ended at the end of last school year, leaving many families struggling to keep their kids full. A new proposal in the governor's budget would make those pandemic-era benefits permanent, meaning all students would get access to free meals at school, no matter their family's financial status. It's an idea that 9 other states have already adopted just in the past year.
Hungry kids just can't learn at the same level that a student who's not struggling with that can. It's sort of a no-brainer, but also what a great opportunity to make a difference in these kids' lives.
It comes at a time when the end of other pandemic-era benefits like extra SNAP funding have put even more strain on families facing food insecurity. Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin says last month they saw a 30% increase in distribution, one of the largest months in their history when it comes to how much food they've given out. Republicans on the state's budget writing committee are expected to strip many of the provisions out of the governor's budget proposal next week before they write their own. Leaders have not said if they will include universal free school meals in their plan.
Braden, thank you. This afternoon, a few local organizations banded together to provide support for those experiencing homeless or those who are at risk of homelessness, as well as their pets. Free veterinary exams and wellness services for the pets were available, as well as complimentary haircuts for people, toiletry kits, pet supplies, water, and lunch. All these services are a combination effort from Underdog Pet Rescue and 2 other organizations, the Umbrella Transition Program and Sierra Delta.
We see just basic ear infections, some limping, some skin infections. Fortunately, we've had some very, very healthy animals today, so people are taking really good care of them, and they're just here for basic exams.
In addition to making this event possible through their skilled community organizing, Umbrella Transition and Sierra Delta staff were on hand with information on the services they offer.
When we come back, how the Verona Public Library is celebrating Arbor Day.
Plus, after falling out of the sky due to the weather, a couple of injured loons are returning to the wild. Stay with us.
Ashley is hosting a massive furniture and mattress blowout. Get guaranteed best offers on top mattress brands like Sealy, Beautyrest, Tempur-Pedic, and Purple. Plus free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Wisconsin's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley.
It's time to celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Baraboo's grand reopening event going on now. Join us for 3 days of giveaways, prize drawings, daily expert demos, and more. Plus, shop huge store-wide savings like large jugs of Air laundry detergent, just $7.99. 50-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, $24.99 while supplies last. And assorted dog and cat toys are buy one, get one free. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Baraboo's grand reopening event going on now.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Ashley is hosting a massive inventory blowout sale. Get guaranteed lowest prices on furniture and mattresses and save even more on clearance items. Plus, low monthly payments with no money down and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Right now, many countries around the world are celebrating Arbor Day. Arbor Day is an annual observance promoting tree planting and care. It's been celebrated in Wisconsin on the last Friday of April since 1883. Today, the Verona Parks Department celebrated with a tree planting event of their own at the public library.
Seeing young learners make a connection between the books that we have, maybe about trees or Earth Day, which we've been helping people find in the last month, and come out and experience that in person is important for us.
Well, back in 1872, Nebraska held the first American Arbor Day, planting an estimated 1 million trees in the state.
To an update now on last week's loon fallout. 2 of the injured birds have been released now. Last week, cold weather caused several loons to literally fall from the sky. One of them ended up in a pile of cow manure. The second loon from Marshfield was found in a pond here. It was too tiny to leave. After a 5-hour pursuit and 13 volunteers working together, the loon was finally captured and then taken in.
These ponds were so small that they were not able to gain enough lift because there was trees around them. So we knew these were not going to get out.
Well, they say this year the public has done a great job calling in and reporting these downed loons. Now the loons are healthy enough to continue their migration journey. Still ahead, how a Wisconsin cow wound up in the middle of an Illinois neighborhood, leading police on a chase.
Also, a rare sighting in southern Wisconsin as a black bear is caught on camera. Why the DNR is saying this is not a cause for alarm.
Plus, we could begin for a cool and maybe a wet weekend. Gary's back with a complete forecast after a short break.
Home. There's no place like it. It's where we gather, we celebrate, and where we make memories. At Steinhoffel's, our customers are part of our family. Always have been, and always will be. During Steinhoffel's Employee Family Price Sale, you pay what we pay. And with Steinhoffel's special 72-month financing, your new furniture just got more affordable. Shop today in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Defeated. You win.
I won. I won.
Want the speed to finally defeat your mortal enemy?
Oh, there he is! I won!
Only Spectrum gives you Speed Boost for the fastest wireless speeds in the palm of your hand. Get game-changing speed with Speed Boost, only with Spectrum One.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Caught on camera, a black bear not where it should be, seen wandering in a neighborhood in Mount Horeb.
Tahlil Mohadeen shares why experts say we may be seeing more of them in Dane County and what you can do to make sure they don't linger in your yard. Tahlil?
Not exactly HD footage, but it's clear.
There's a bear sitting in someone's driveway.
Ring video from the 300 block of North 8th Street in Mount Horeb Thursday night caught a young black bear on the move.
A young bear like that is probably just out venturing off, trying to find its own location. So yeah, they're going to be like teenagers getting in trouble.
State DNR officials say Wisconsin has a thriving black bear population. There's about 25,000 of them, though spotting them in the southern part of the state.
It's a rare event.
But that's changing as their population grows, especially during this time of year. Coming out of their winter dens, they're hungry.
And they're just following their nose.
Even if that's miles away from home.
Not all parts of southern Wisconsin are, suitable habitat for bears. But there's certainly pockets of it. They don't have Google Maps. They don't necessarily know where they're going.
So that means they may wind up in your backyard. But the experts say that's usually no reason for alarm.
As long as they're not causing a disturbance or getting into people's homes, we're just going to let them kind of continue on their way.
Mount Horeb police say if bears were to get uncharacteristically aggressive, they would work with the DNR to get them relocated to a better habitat. Now, there are things you can do to keep even passive bears off your property. DNR officials say the best thing you can do is keep trash secure and clean, put pet food away, and leave the bird feeders out of reach, or better yet, take them down entirely.
Tahlil, thank you. A senior prank at a Chicago prep school ends with a Wisconsin cow on the loose. It all started when Todd Bolter of Winneconne got a call asking about his Craigslist ad selling cattle. Soon, 4 guys showed up with a trailer and $700. However, the cow got loose, leading police in Niles, Illinois, on a chase for several hours. That looks fun, doesn't it? Started at 3 in the morning. Believe it or not, this wasn't the first time these high schoolers had to chase a farm animal. A pig they also bought got loose on Bolter's farm when the students came to pick up the cow.
I had my wife get a muskie net, and they're running after it. They fell over. Third time he got it, and we picked it up and put it in the trailer, loaded the heifer up, and away they went.
Some chickens were also brought to the school. These students involved were issued local citations to appear in court. We are told no animals or people were injured in this incident.
What a surprise, they got in trouble. Well, enjoy these temperatures while they last. Cooler temperatures are ahead this weekend. Here's Gary with the forecast.
Yeah, and showers are also in the forecast. You'll probably need an umbrella, and we're having an umbrella contest for people to send in pictures that we'll display on our morning newscast, News 3 Now this morning, and also on our 6 p.m. newscast as well. We'll give out 1 umbrella every day for the next 4 weeks, starting on Monday. Send us your photos to firstwarn@WISC-TV.com if you want to use email, or you can do it right through the First Warn weather app and send your picture in there, and we'll get it. And we'll get one of these nice umbrellas, first worn weather umbrella to the winners each day for the next 4 weeks. Now, river flood warnings remain in effect for the Mississippi River, although the river has pretty much crested now in eastern Iowa and western Wisconsin, but eventually we may see those levels rise if we get additional rainfall, especially up north over the next few days, and that may happen. Now, right now, just some light showers across parts of southeastern Minnesota, eastern Iowa, and western Wisconsin, but the first batch of showers has really had a hard time pushing eastward because the air is a little bit drier here. As the atmosphere moistens up, we'll see those showers hold together a little bit more, even a few flashes of lightning across parts of Iowa. Not expecting any thunderstorms here, but 6-hour future track radar shows those showers holding together a little bit better as we head toward midnight, so areas west of Madison more likely to see them late this evening. The rest of us will see them overnight, and we'll see them off and on for tomorrow, Sunday, and probably Monday as well. Total rainfall here in southern Wisconsin, about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. That's pretty tolerable, but up north, there could be as much as 1 to 2, maybe locally 3 inches of rain, some of that in the form of snow across the western UP of Michigan and far northern Wisconsin, and of course that water eventually will work its way right back into the Wisconsin River, the St. Croix River, into the Mississippi River, and that could cause additional rises in the river levels as we head into the middle and latter parts of next week. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. It'll be cool for tomorrow and probably stay that way through Tuesday. We'll see showers this weekend into Monday, but there also could be some flakes of snow mixed in late at night into the early morning hours when temperatures will be a little colder, but then milder weather returns with near normal temperatures as we head into the middle and latter parts of next week. Planning your night across Dane County, look for showers to develop after midnight. 44 for the low in Verona, 43 in Brooklyn, and 43 in Waterloo. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, low temperature 44 in Fond du Lac, 44 in Baraboo, and 44 degrees in La Crosse. Showers will occur closer to the Mississippi River earlier this evening. Tomorrow, scattered showers, breezy and cooler with a high temperature of 53. Probably not an all-day rain here, though. You can see on Future Track the first batch of showers, again, crossing the Mississippi River around midnight and then moving eastward. They hold together pretty well, 6 a.m. right through the Madison area. Notice the wind shift to the northwest, and that brings in the cooler weather. Highs tomorrow only in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Maybe a break midday and then some more showers popping up during the evening and overnight hours. But watch as the temperatures start turning colder, then we could see a mix of rain and snow with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s to the north of Madison, then mainly just some rain showers during the day on Sunday with high temperatures only in the lower to middle 40s. Again, rainfall amounts probably about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch through Monday night. Otherwise, our first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, chilly weather through Monday, a little warmer on Tuesday, although it'll be windy, and then temperatures back into the 60s. Much nicer weather for the end of next week. Just a slight chance for a shower Thursday and Friday of next week.
And coming up in sports, just call him Hercules. Why Lucas Van Ness is being compared to a Greek god on and off the field. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Protect vehicles, outdoor equipment, and more with Shelter Logic Storage Solutions. We carry a great selection of easy-to-assemble canopies, shelters, and garages that hold up against the elements. Store your tools, outdoor equipment, and more with Shelter Logic Storage Sheds from Menards. Right now, get a 10 by 12-foot round-top shelter for only $279.99 after 11% rebate. Save on all your outdoor storage needs with help from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
How did Richard Bong shoot down 40 planes in World War II? He said he got so close, he couldn't miss.
As the sun rises, we raise the flag, a symbol of all we hold dear. Courage, opportunity, democracy, freedom. They're the values that built this country and still beat in our hearts. But they're under attack by an extreme movement that seeks to overturn elections, ban books, and eliminate a woman's right to choose. Joe Biden has made defending our basic freedoms the cause of his presidency, and he's running for re-election to finish the job, to protect the freedom for women to make their own health care decisions, the freedom for our children to be safe from gun violence, the freedom to vote and have your vote counted. Under Joe Biden, the sun will not set on this flag. American democracy will not break.
I will defend our democracy with every fiber of my being, and I'm asking every American to join me.
For freedom, for America. Joe Biden.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the bag?
Yeah, it can go back into the bag.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
Get the Samsung Galaxy S23 free. No trade-in needed from US Cellular.
I kissed it?
Yes.
Heavy rain can lead to dangerous flooding. If you come across moving floodwater when you're driving, bicycling, or on foot, turn around, don't drown. It really could save your life. Download the First Warn Weather app to stay safe and informed.
For the 12th time in the last 13 years, the Packers selected a defensive player in the first round of the draft, and this time they picked Hercules. At 6'5", 275 pounds, Lucas Van Ness looks like a Greek god. And on the field, the Iowa defensive end lives up to it, throwing opposing quarterbacks around with his superhuman strength. Now, you could say the newest member of the Packers is a fan of that nickname.
Honestly, I think it's very fitting, and I think it kind of gives me someone to idolize, and it makes me laugh sometimes when people call me that. But it's something that started between some of my teammates. Kind of mentioned my physique and my body, and I've always paid a lot of attention to my body health and the weight room. I love to work out. So honestly, it's a cool nickname. It could be worse.
Hercules and the Packers will have a few more draft picks tonight. Green Bay has 2 selections in the second round, the 11th and the 14th, and then the 15th pick in the third round. Here's the hoping for some weapons on offense. Speaking of the draft, a trio of Badgers are hoping to hear their names called on day 2. Keanu Benton and Joe Tippmann are expected to be taken in the second round, while Nick Herbig is projected to be a late 3rd or 4th round pick. Last season, Wisconsin had 5 players taken in the draft, with Leo Chanel being the first Badger selected in the 3rd round by the Chiefs. Steve Stricker down in Texas on the Champions Tour, and he caught the birdie fever in round 1. On 9, the Edgerton native sinks the putt to drop the 3-under on the day. Then after a birdie on 15, he'd go back-to-back. Stricker finished with 5 chirpers. He's 4 under, tied for 6th. Fellow Wisconsin native Jerry Kelly sits at 1 under after 18 holes. It's been a tough stretch for the Wisconsin softball team. The Badgers have lost 8 of their last 9, looking to turn things around in their series opener against the Terps, which was supposed to happen tonight, but rains pushed Game 1 to tomorrow. They'll play a doubleheader on Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock.
Gary's back with a final check of the forecast. See if they can get that in.
Yeah, we got clouds starting to move in from the west. There's the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. But the showers right now are still west of La Crosse. 6-hour future track radar does start to show them moving into southwestern Wisconsin before midnight. Otherwise, temperatures right now pretty mild. Closer to Lake Michigan, only in the 50s, but 60s to lower 70s across the rest of southern Wisconsin. 67 right now in Verona, 65 in Deerfield.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.